Awesome. It's 12:30 my time. I see more folks joining, so I'm going to jump in and get us started. Thank you for joining us today for Apsona's Feature Highlights and Demo webinar. We're excited to have you here. Today's session is all about exploring Apsona capabilities across the platform. My name is Aaliyah Walker. I'm on the marketing team at Apsona, and I'll just kick things off before handing it over to our engineering team. Here's a brief overview of Apsona if we have any newcomers. Apsona has been a trusted solution in the Salesforce ecosystem for over 13 years, serving organizations of all sizes and across more than 10 industries. Apsona is designed to complement your Salesforce existing functionality, enhance your productivity, and streamline your data workflows. Our mission is to deliver your data to you so that you can make data-driven decisions with ease. Next, I will quickly introduce the incredible team joining me today, each playing a key role in shaping your Apsona experience. First, we have Pranav, our product manager, and Abhishek, our product support engineer. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Pranav, to take us through the agenda.
Thank you so much, Alia, and welcome everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, based on the time zones. And let me share my screen. Hope the screen is visible. So the agenda of the session is, this is a monthly, so for the people who are joining this particular series for the first time, so this is a monthly feature demo series where we'll be picking the top support cases that we got for the last 1 month. If there are any new features that we have developed and released in the last month, or if there are any specific use cases that customers have reached out to via the feedback form, we'll be picking top features from that, and top 4 features from that, and we'll be giving the live use cases and demo for this particular series. So that's how the series has been designed for this particular month. And this is the first series of 2026, feature demo series of 2026. And we have picked 4 features. So the first feature, match fields individually while importing the data. So this is the newly developed feature where Apsona import is one of the key feature that has been used by majority of the people. And whatever is the unique key, how do we match it while importing? So there are few updates that has really happened by our engineering team. So that is the first feature demo that we'll be looking at it. The second feature is mass renaming of existing files using Apsona bulk updates. Again, this is an existing feature where we got quite a few cases in the month of December. And schedule email merge to send the merge document to report a recipe. And so that's the third feature. And finally, we'll be going through the MSR linkage for multiple groups. So finally, we'll be having a Q&A sessions. Meanwhile, after every feature, feel free to post the questions in the chat. Once the feature demo is done, we'll be having a Q&A session where you can post the questions in the chat. We'll be answering all the questions whichever has been asked. So with that, for the first feature, I'll pass it on to Abhishek. So over to you, Abhishek, for the feature demo.
Sure. Thank you, Pranav. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first feature demo of the year 2026. I'll share my screen, and I hope my screen is visible now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. Thank you for confirmation. Yep. So the first feature that we are looking at today is an additional feature which we have incorporated within Apsona's import functionality, which we already have. So the feature is match fields individually while importing the data. So with the current behavior that we have with import feature, how we do is when we try to find the duplicates, we'll find the duplicates by matching all the fields, and if any one of the field doesn't match, it wouldn't be considered. Let's say all the fields have been matched and it will be called duplicate, which is simply an AND logic. So that is this and that both should match. But with this match fields individually feature, with just a click of a button, we will change this logic completely from the AND logic to OR logic. That is this or that. So let's consider one of the use case that we received over a support case. So here the customer or the client exactly wanted to compare email and phone number in a method where either if email or phone number matches, that record should become considered as duplicate. So I will be taking this use case for today's live demo, and I will be showcasing how it works with the sample set of data. So I have a sample set of 4 records here, wherein I have the first name, last name, mobile, and the email. So this mobile phone and email in the earlier approach, if both should match to consider a record as a duplicate. With the new match fields individually, let's see how it works. So I will jump onto my test org and I am in the contacts object where we will be doing this import today. And I'll go to import or update and I'll choose import new records and I will copy the data that I have for today's demo. Let me just copy all the data here and I'll paste it here. I'm keeping it simple so that we'll be able to identify or understand the feature more easily. So here now I have selected duplicate to be rejected and the match fields are email and mobile phone. And I have added the data here. Let me click next and I have all the fields mapped over here. And when I click next, as you can see, there is one record which is matching. This is the current method where both email and phone matches. Hence it's saying that's one record duplicate. Let's see how it works when we change it to match fields individually. This is just a checkbox over here. When I check this, the whole logic is changed from AND logic to OR logic. And when I click next and try to match and check the data, you can see there are 3 records now. So if email or phone matches, then it is considered as a duplicate. So this is giving us 3 records. Let me just make it as omit erroneous records and see what is the result and how it works. As you can see here, we have 1 new update and 3 rejects. Let me download the match results and see what we have. And there are 3 records which are already matching either on the phone or email. There was 1 record which doesn't match either phone or email. So when we try to update, only 1 record will be updated because the rest is considered duplicate based on matching mobile or email. So this is the new feature that we have included within import functionality with the current feature still available. So we have the power of using either AND logic or OR logic using the import functionality now. So that being said, that brings the end of the first feature that we are discussing today. So let me jump on to the next feature, which is mass renaming the existing files using Apsona's bulk update. So some of you would have already used the bulk update feature, which is already powerful. Let's see what other enhancement of features this actually gives the users and how best we can utilize the bulk update feature. So in this use case, Salesforce has its files in the content document object where all the files that are stored in the Salesforce environment is available. And usually there will be files updated and the naming convention will be completely different. There will be different names on each files. So let's see how we can, by using Apsona's bulk update tool, how we can update these names of the files without exporting the file and renaming it manually and keep the naming convention standardized and in a sequential format or any format that we require. So for that, let me once again jump onto my demo org and so for which we need to focus on the document object, which is the content document object, where all the files are stored. So here we have a list of files. Let's say I will just download a few set of files which we need to update. I am taking 3 records. And first we need to export the data to have it in a record where we can add the file name. So we need to make sure the key identifier, that's the document ID, is selected. Then we need the title which we are updating. So I'm exporting this data here. And when I go to this data, I can see the document ID and the title. Now I want to change the title of these 3 files. Let's say I'll call it Apsona 1 and Apsona 2, Apsona 3, so that it's in a sequential format. This is just an example over here. Now I'll take this data and here this is again an import or update feature that we are using. So we'll say update existing records, and we are looking up based on the content document ID, which is the key identifier. And I have 3 record data added. And when I go to the next tab here, we will map this new title to the title field. When I do this here, now I am actually making sure that all the titles of the existing files are getting updated. So as you can see, 3 will be updated. I'll just do an import and we'll look at the document object again on how it looks now. So as you can see, these were the records, the latest record that I had updated. The names have been changed now to Apsona 1, 3, and 2, which is the format that we added. So with this feature, we can easily update the file names without going to Salesforce documents and downloading the files and updating and re-uploading. I have done it for 3 records, and we can easily do for multiple records, be it 100 or 1000 records, easily with just a single feature, that is import or update. So that brings us to the end of the second feature that we were discussing, which is mass renaming the existing files using Apsona's bulk update feature. So with that, let me jump on to the third feature that we are talking about. Here, the third feature that we want to discuss today or showcase today is scheduling email merge to send the merge documents to report recipients. So here we are simply scheduling the already existing merge actions so that we don't have to go back to Apsona every month and manually send out, be it monthly statements or donor thank you letters or membership renewal forms. We don't have to go back to merge action and do it manually every month. So this will help us eliminate those manual process and also make sure the data accuracy is in place, because no one is going to reports or merge actions or making any changes. The system automatically runs the scheduler at a certain time, and the data has been, or the document has been sent out accurately. So let's see how this works now. And once again, let me jump onto my dev org to demonstrate how it works. So I'll take a single step report for this demo. I'll not be creating a report, so that we'll keep our focus only on the exact feature that we are discussing today. So I have already created a report. I will just discuss about what is the key field that is required in the report, which is the email field. So I have the account name, account ID, and the primary contacts email field over here. So this is the email to which we will be sending the documents using the scheduler. So let's see how it works. So I'll start with the merge action. So I'm creating a new merge action now. So I'll be selecting email and document merge. And in the next step, I will add the documents. I have a simple Google Doc, which I will be using today for this demo. I'll just quickly add the ID. And let me select an email template. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible so that we have limited fields to map for. Okay, let's take this. And as you can see here, we have an email address field, which is actually telling which field should be used to select the email address where this document will be sent. So that is where we will select the email field. And we can also add CC and we can add reply to. These are the generic email merge feature. And with this, when I go to the next tab, I will be mapping the fields here. So I'll be mapping the account name and the amount, and let's say I want the created date. And also over here in the email template, I'll be adding the let's say I'll just keep it name for now and click next. Now I'll give it a name and save it for now. And our merge action is ready now. So let's see how we will be scheduling this merge action for making sure we'll automate this feature. So I'll go to the merge action. Let me check for the recent merge action. Yep. So this is the recent merge action that I have created. So I'll select this and I will schedule this. I'll give the scheduler name as required and I'll just set an start date and preferred time when exactly this has to be sent. Please note that this time is all in PST zone. So we need to, if we are in a different time zone, we need to convert the time zone to PST and select it over here. And if needed, we'll select the end date. Let's say I want to end it by January 2027. Then I might have an idea of bringing a new update. So I'll keep it like that. And my frequency is monthly and I have the start date and I will save this merge action. So save the schedule job. So now I have the schedule job created, which will send out every month. Let us just quickly check how it works so that we'll understand if the feature is working well. So I'll just run this scheduled action and see how it works. We'll just give it a minute for the scheduler to run and send it out. Yep, so it says it's completed, and since I have my own email address given, I'm expecting an email shortly. There you go. I have received the document, and as you can see here, this document is for the specific record where my email address was added. So I have only that, and the other person's record will get the document related to that record. So with this simple method, we can schedule the merge action so that there is no hassle of going back to the reports and merge, create a new merge action, run it every month. The scheduler will do its task in the background, and all the users' email address that's mentioned in the record will get their specific records respectively. So that brings us to the end of the third feature that we wanted to discuss today. With that, I'll pass it on to Pranav, who will walk us through the fourth feature. And over to you, Pranav.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Um, Let me share my screen again. So my screen is visible, and let me share my screen. Got it. So, yes, the fourth and the final feature is our flagship product, which is MSR. And in MSR, the linkage is always a concern. And whenever any customers who writes us a feedback or comes up with a use case for MSR, the linkage, so many trial and error is always a concern. So, and there are also instances where it will be in a situation where uh, in few of the data sets, one of the linkage will work, and in few of the use cases, the other linkage will work. So this is one of the common use cases that we get. So for that, there is a feature in Apsona where multiple linkages can be added. And like we saw the similar use case in importing, here is also and or cases can be used. It can be like multiple linkages can be used in an and condition or in or conditions. So first we'll look at an example, then we can go through the couple of use cases which are available for this particular feature. So I have an MSR report which has been already created. Okay, where is okay, now demo. So in this for this particular demo, I have taken a use case where I'm taking two set of accounts. So two times I'm picking data from the account object and I'm trying to link it with the same account ID, but for a different filter term. So first time I'm taking all the accounts which starts with A and S, and a second time I'm from the same object, I'm taking all the accounts which starts with S. So, and in the third step, I'm again taking it from the account, but no filters, but the linkages that I'm using is where we'll be using the account ID matches from the first one and the second one. So we'll see the differences, how the three tables datas will be differing one by one. And this time I'm using uh, and condition for the same. So let me run the report. So this is a very simple use case that I'm trying to explain via the live demo. Then we can discuss on the use cases that it can solve. So first one, when I save and run, so there will be three tables. So the first one, we'll get all the account name that starts with S. Then we'll have all the account name that starts with S or A. Then, since it's an AND condition, we just have one account ID, account name, which we'll have the four records. So since we are using the AND condition, we'll just have the four records, which is common between the first table and the second table. Let's say if we are changing the condition to in the linkages, I'll just change the condition to any and run. We'll have all the 100 records, which is the combination between sorry for my internet connection. Yeah. So in this particular case, since we are using OR condition, it will take all the records which has the combination of 100 plus whatever has been linked. So if it is a one-to-many condition, it will have all the records whichever has been mapped with that particular record. So that's where the linkages will help in achieving the results where we'll be using. Let's say for a use case, if there is a sales campaign, if there is a marketing campaign that has been run and the sales has been converted. So for this is one of the most common use case that has been used in Apsona. So first there will be marketing campaign records that will be executed based on the marketing campaigns, which campaign led to that particular sales conversion. These kind of and which salesperson is responsible for that lead conversion. So for these kind of use cases, we'll be able to use this particular feature. So by this, we come to the end of this particular four features. So for any questions, so next 6 minutes is for the question and answers. We'll be happy to take any questions that we have.
Awesome. I see some in the Q&A chat. Going top to bottom, it says, does the email sent show on the contact record? I think that was for the scheduler demo.
Does sent email show on the
Yeah.
no.
And next
let
one.
me answer the let me yeah. So email recipients need to have managed licenses. One second. So for the first question, does the sent email show on the contact record? No. Sent email will not be shown in the contact record, but there are certain actions which can be configured on the final step of the merge action. So certain tasks that can be created. So for that, we can probably have one more feature demo in the upcoming features. We'll be explaining how this can be achieved. And for all the sent emails, Salesforce email log, since Apsona doesn't have any backend and it relies on the Salesforce backend, uh, the logs can be acquired from the Salesforce ecosystem and it will not be there in the contact record.
Awesome. Next question says, so are these features already available or are they going to be released? If we already have Apsona, is there something we need to do?
Right. So apart from the first feature of the import functionality, which is a small add-on, rest of the features are already available in Apsona. The first feature, if you want early access, please write at support@apsona.com. We'll be happy to share the link. By February 10th, it will be available in App Exchange and in our roadmap as a release note, where it will be accessible for everyone. Please upgrade your applications in Sandbox first and production next. So all the latest features will be available for all the users.
Awesome. Does Apsona track if they have opened the email?
Apsona, no. Unfortunately, again, Apsona is a browser-based system, so we do not store any user data or any data related to customers' org data. So we'll not have any track of uh, opened email. Yeah, Michelle, whoever wants to install the match fields individually, again, test it in Sandbox first, and we need to do it in the production. So write at support@apsona.com. We'll be happy to share the installation link right away, and happy to get on a call to talk more about that particular feature as well.
Great. I think that was all of our Q&A questions. And the ones in the chat look like they've been answered. Just to confirm, does all of this work with the nonprofit cloud?
Yeah.
See a raised hand if you have a question. Okay, I see two more questions. Sorry. Regarding the individual match field option, will this functionality be available in the match CSV option under tools?
So for now, we'll not be. It is not available in match CSV option. First is to give it in the install version. Sorry, in the first it will be available in the insert feature. Then slowly we'll be expanding that functionality to rest of it, like be it dedupe, be it match CSV. It will be available in the upcoming sprints. By this year, we'll be definitely having that. And Michelle, yes, for the MSR linkage, definitely we can talk about the real world examples. If you have any specific use case, please schedule an Apsona Has call. I'll be happy to talk about any use case that we possibly have or you possibly have. We can definitely discuss on the same.
Awesome. And we are ending right on time. That was all of our questions. Thank you guys for joining us today. We'll be sending out the recording following webinar and information for the next feature demo. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.